This is gonna be weird displaying this as a long board. I guess if I do it this way, it should be fine. It'll condense.
I just want to say that's a very odd setup zone.
Yeah, I find it was funny too because I was reading it and I was like, my brain broke for half a sec. I was like, it should be written a different way. And it still makes sense regardless, but yeah, it's a weird setup. I guess it's weird that just because like you have so many options for your reinforcements that they don't really take it into account, I guess.
Yeah, the other thing I can't quite figure out is why they gave me wagons.
Uh, I would imagine for transporting stuff. I mean, they do still have they still do tow, so being able to tow around stuff is really nice to move things quickly.
I mean, I suppose, but I'm restricted in my setup to this very narrow thing that is more or less around the exit area, and you
Yeah,
would pretty much be on top of me from the word go. So it's like, okay,
well, I mean, I think the if anything, it's so that like, for example, if you had them loaded in a wagon and I don't know, put them in L3 or M4, you can't really see them all that well or whatever. You can have the wagon do most of the heavy lifting to get to say like N5 or O6, then disembark and then go up the hill. Um, and just like late game movement, have them
I
jump in a
mean,
wagon and
it seems very edge casey, I guess.
Stick to me like glue.
To look at it.
Keep your eyes
yeah,
open.
but I think that's always the case, really. Also, thanks. Man, how do I pronounce that? Silwickjer. There you go. Silwickjer. Yeah, I assume that's how like it's the idea is to promote maybe like late game mobility or something to um, help get around units to either for encirclement or maybe to uh, mess with routes. Um, with regards to mud flats, I was gonna say mud flaps. Um, so I might be a little confused, especially with the examples that it gave. Didn't really feel 100% clear to me. It appears that the level 1 terrain is still the depiction of the mud flats. So we have to keep that in mind for LOS considerations. The one thing that was messing me up a bunch was that um, the rules say that mud flats are one water level lower, but I don't think that applies here because
Yeah, we don't actually have any water going on. I think it
yeah,
only applies because they're considered technically marsh. They're just marsh with less water in it. So, for example, if the rivers, if there were streams or something on here where you could get like flooded marshes kind of thing,
yeah,
then I think the mud flats are also affected, just less so. The major weird thing that was thrown me was the dark green is level -1, if I'm remembering
correct,
that correctly.
yeah.
And so all the mud flats are actually up a level from that. They're at level 0.
So that's why I'm not sure if mud flats are considered one level lower to go with that.
I don't think so. And the reason I don't think so is that the examples they give for blocked LOS would seem to indicate that the mud flats are actually up a level, because otherwise they don't make a lick of goddamn sense, because they're because they're otherwise just a hindrance. And you need what, I think 4 or 5 consecutive hexes to make it blocked.
Well, so that's also what's like messing with me is that like they say like S4 to U4 is hindrance. I'm not 100% sure how they get that. Maybe,
Because it's skirting like the edge.
but they say that B8 C7 is blocked. So how is, you know what I mean? Like how is S4 to U4 a hindrance
the
right?
picture overlaps a little bit. Yeah, no, it's
So
really super confusing. My thought was they're all level 0. We kind of, I don't. Do we want to ignore the overlap or no? What do you think?
so I think we should play it as how it's depicted, just because it's gonna be way easier when it comes to the line of sight tool, and we just play it as uh, like if we consider them level 0 or we consider them an extension of like for example I4, if we want to consider that as level 0, like ground level, and H3 is -1 to go with the river, I'm perfectly fine by that. If we assume that like any marsh or any mud flat on level 0 terrain is like remains 0, everything else goes down 1 level. That's how I think it's the only thing that would for me like eliminate so much pain.
Yeah, I mean that's fine with me. Like I say, it's kind of weird. I'm not quite sure I understand it beyond saying it doesn't hinder or it hinders movement, but it's not like a complete halt like Marsh is.
Yeah, at worst, like if we play it wrong, at least it'll be fair in that it'll be wrong for both sides.
Yeah, that's
um,
fine. The I just I don't know the use of the overlay. It's just weird.
uh, I see. I get it in how the storytelling, like what they wanted to represent. Like it's basically just like a big rock, type idea. Uh,
Yeah, no. I just it's confusing a little bit to me. Like the colors are really throwing me off because it's actually one level below that, so it's -1 0
oh,
block.
gotcha.
Yeah, that's what's throwing me off. It's more that.
Right. So basically, the ground level is -1, which means the brown is level 0. And okay, gotcha.
Yeah, that's gonna make some interesting LOS there, but what can we do? I don't know. We can't switch the base elevation for the template or for the overlay, can we?
No, I think that's why it breaks a lot of them. I think that's also why there's no option to change marsh to mudflats, because the change in elevation is not something that they've calculated into the board. I don't think, because it like you'd have to change the colors and whatever. And I don't know if they've like you would have to essentially design this overlay that we're using and have it be every permutation of color. I think is how it would work.
Yeah, I just think the elevation is kind of jacked.
Oh
Now
yeah.
that I've coded it in the map, is probably jacked. But yeah,
Yeah, we'll
no,
see how
we'll
crazy it
figure it out.
gets.
I'm not going to worry about it too much. I did throw a little marker on there just so you know that that's 4 victory points for you to capture that space
Yeah, cool.
for reasons.
Well, it's pretty exposed, I think, is the reason for it. All right. So, I don't think there's anything for me to do. Any hand to hand is in effect. You gotta remember that. Is there anything else? There's technically a valley. I'm just gonna double check real quick if B22 has anything about it. -1. Open ground for TM and route purposes, provided LOS exists to it. Movement costs for entering a valley hex are solely dependent on the other terrain in that hex. Cool. So no real change. Awesome. Lastly, your leaders are commissars, so we have to keep that in mind. You have a shock troop guy, OB designated. Guys can start concealed, even in non-concealment terrain. And there's a bunch of rules for what I get for points. Cool.
So, just as a note, there is no counter for Dare Death, which is what shock groups essentially are.
Yeah.
So I have simply marked them as a berserk for now, and just so that they come up.
Sure. I mean, if you want, you could also mark them as a fanatic. That might be A little better.
Yeah, they're marked, I guess is the main
Oh,
thing
okay,
I'd say.
sure.
So yeah, so I have picked them. They are designated as such. So yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, weather was 4, so that's no change. I don't have any rally actions. So unless you have anything, we shall go straight into Prepfire.
Go for it.
Cool. Um, I'm gonna risk that one. No shots, straight into movement. So first things first. B6, the wagon. That's a wagon. Will move to B5 for 1.
I do have line of sight to you.
Yeah, but I don't believe the passengers are revealed. I feel like passengers don't have to, or shouldn't lose concealment because you can't see into the truck. Concealment is there a thing for passengers?
What's PRC again?
Passengers, riders, and crew.
Okay, so they are. They should be revealed. They're not in concealment training. Well, no, wait. Let me see. Less than 16 hexes, yes. So it's case H. Yeah, it's concealment is lost automatically.
For everybody in it, how does that's weird.
Well, I'm looking. So it says vehicle and PRC. So that seems to me.
That seems so weird to me that they would just like get revealed because they're passengers. A, B, C, D.
Well, let's check. Let's go back and take a look.
First actions like, all right, how does that what? Uh, transporting personnel. It seems. Nope. Passengers. Because otherwise, like, I don't understand why you would ever bother having concealed guys in there. Yada yada. Failure to something else. How has nobody ever asked if removal? It sucks because like if they automatically lose it, then like all right, well there goes that silly plan. Because it's not like the map is big enough for it to ever like really matter.
Yeah, I'm looking at 12.2, which is concealed 5/8 inch counters. Rules of concealment apply equally to vehicles and their PRC. Cavalry, horses, bicycles, and non-emplaced guns, except that such concealment is lost immediately, regardless of range, whenever the unit is in the LOS of a good order enemy ground unit and not in concealment terrain. And is lost immediately if the unit moves or is in motion in any way within 16 hexes and in the LOS of a good order enemy ground unit, even to change its CA within the same hex, regardless of the terrain it occupies. If a gun, vehicle, cavalry, horse, or bicycle, or a support weapon counter loses its hidden concealed status regardless of range, so does its manning infantry or PRC, and vice versa.
That is so stupid.
That is again 12.2. Yeah. See also 12.34. So in place guns can be hit.
That is dumb. Alright, well. (9-0) leader.
Okay.
It goes to B4 for 2.
Alright.
B3 for 4. Or 3.
Uh-huh.
And then to C3 is... It's a wagon, so that's like a bajillion times their movement.
Yeah, it's what, up a level and clear, right?
Horse-drawn, so it's 1 to go to open ground. Are there any notes? Doesn't say any notes, so I guess it's just doubled. Trying to see if there's anything I might have missed here.
The terrain H, manufactured across each full elevation. Yeah, just doubled, so 2.
Cool. So 1, 2, 3, 5. Goes into bypass B2C2. Oh no wait. Oh yeah, sure. B2C2 for 7, and then B1 for 8.
Okay.
Other wagon will have to drop concealment because whatever. It goes to A5 for 1.
All right.
A4 for 2.
Uh-huh.
A3 for 4.
Okay.
A2 for 5.
All right.
B1 for 6.
Okay.
And then... man, I'm thinking of cavalry. God damn it. Is it still a quarter? Yeah, eh? To disembark? Unloading. Unloading 1/4. Cool. So we'll go out for the last 2 to make it a little less confusing. Do that. So it disembarks there. One stack of units in J10 will assault move to K10.
Okay.
One other stack will assault move to K10.
Okay.
And a third unit will go to K10 as well, as an assault move.
Alrighty then.
Conscript in F8 moves to G8 for 1.
All right.
H8 for 2.
Okay.
I9 for 3.
Uh-huh.
And bonus road 4 Goes to J9.
Okay.
Now to double check to see if road bonus
applies to conscripts.
Yeah. Bonus extra cover. Therefore dash road bonus. Oh, that's for the other thing. Infantry cross. Infantry cavalry, burning Rex for yeah, okay, it doesn't say anything. It's just if they spend all of it. So he gets there. Conscript in E8 will go to E7 for 1.
Alright.
E6 for 2.
Okie dokie.
E5 for 3.
Insert that's bait meme here. Yeah, that's fine.
Gonna have 1 unit in B8 declare CX. Goes to B7 and will likely lose concealment, so you'll have to. What's over there? Cool. So 1 to B7.
Okay.
2 to B6.
Alright.
3 to B5.
Okay.
4 to B4.
Alright.
And 5 to B3.
Okay.
Second unit in B8 will also declare CX. They will also go to B7 1. They will also lose concealment. You can choose to reveal a different unit if you'd like.
No. I
Damn.
will spot them with the same unit.
Goes to B6 for 2.
Okay. Is he going to the same place?
He's going to C4. So it goes to B4 and then C4.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, sure.
And other unit is going 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into A4.
Okay.
Concealed unit over an H10 is going to assault move to I10.
Okay.
And that is it for movement. Defensive fire.
I don't think I have any at this point.
None. Okay. Advance phase. Your advanced fire phase. I certainly don't think I have the range for anything. So route phase, no routes. Advance phase. going to have one stack here goes into. Is that technically? Yeah. Go into the building in K9. I just wonder if that technically counts more as open ground. I don't think the dot's directly on it. Well, in any case, I'll just go to L9, just less ambiguous.
I mean, I think it's a building. I mean, that's what you would pay the movement factor cost for, right?
Well, the only thing that's bugging me is that it's not directly centered, and usually that implies that it's not a building. But anyways, we'll play it this way, and worst comes to worst, we'll just give it a mulligan or something. I don't know. Conscripts and
It's not gonna. I'm not gonna be worried about it if you wanted to advance into that. I'm perfectly fine with
that. Medium machine gun goes to J10.
Actually, here, I'll read you. It's 23.1. Any hex containing one or more brown or gray rectangular overview building depictions is a building hex, even if the hex center dot does not touch that building depiction.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. So, getting into a mud flat is half your movement factors.
No, it's 2 movement factors for infantry.
Oh, why did I think? Oh, I think I know why I confused it with half. It's because whatever. So B3 will go to B2, C4 to C3, A4 to A3. The unit in B1 will go to C2. The leaders in the wagons who can't do anything. And I think that's it. No CC. First turn down.
No rallies, as far as I know.
Damn.
And weather does not change. Units in J1 will take a long-range shot at E4.
Okay.
So it's going to be 3 flat, I
believe. Yes.
At least they didn't have anything to break.
I can't wait for Budapest in 12 years, 20 years.
The 37mm there will open up on J10.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's clear LOS.
Yeah.
Range is 7. I think it's just going to be a +1.
Range 7. So it's a 7 plus. You need a 7 base, and it's a +1. Right?
Yes, and critical, I believe.
It's a +1, so it's a 4 on 7.
4 on 7. but still a hit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 4 firepower. 9 on 4 is nothing. We will continue to fire.
No break.
No
And
break, thankfully.
don't forget your axe.
That's it for prep fire.
All right.
Defensive fire.
Okay. MMG will shoot back. You either get a +1 for woods or +2 for gun shield. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we'll take the +2 for emplaced.
It's +2 for gun shield.
Okay.
But it doesn't matter in this instance, anyways. You know what? I might as well. I don't know if the LOS is gonna work, but D7 to L4 probably isn't. Sweet.
Just a +2.
Yeah. So that's the issue with like the -1 or not. If we're counting these as not being -1s, that's +3 total. I don't know if I would count the tiniest sliver in there, but because it's not counting TEM as well. So, anyways, that is outside the covered arc, anyways. So that's going to be a +3 with, so it's like a +12 or whatever. All right, cool. That was IFT, which doesn't count. So,
Still.
So it's a miss, but I have rate. Even turning, the rate of fire drops by 1, so I still have it. I will gain acquisition. There we go. We'll try to shoot again. I think that's still a miss. It's gonna take quite a bit for me to get something. Range was what, 6 or 7?
7.
Range 8. Right. And nothing, so we'll stop there. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I want to shoot, so should have just said I'll take that IFT on the 2 hits. Advanced fire phase.
And we're out. Advanced phase. No close combat yet.
Not yet.
Here come the reinforcements.
Alright. Well, they're already placed, or probably about as well placed as I care to have them, so. Weather change, no change. I have one rally action to try and repair that gun, or MMG, of course.
Time to bonsai him.
I mean, they were going to eventually, anyways. They're part of the exit team, but that's particularly annoying. If you have anything, be my guest. Otherwise, nothing.
I don't think I have anything.
Cool. Infantry gun and prep fire will shoot again. I think that's
a hit, probably.
It's +4, -2. So 8.
Yeah, just barely miss.
Yeah. But rate of fire, that'll be a hit. 4 firepower against the crew and infantry gun, but 2 firepower against the other guys. 4 on 4 and 4 on 2. 4 on 2. 1 MC for the concealed guys, and 1 MC. I think that's a +1 or plus. Where's the gun shield?
1 MC on both of them, isn't it?
I'm just trying to see if gun shield applies on the miss, which I think is what it is. A manning crew protected by gun shield may add +2 to the IFT DR of fire versus that manning crew. Yeah. So essentially the round missed the gun itself. I assume, unless I've been playing. Okay, so might as well try to do this right the first time. Once a hit is secured, or in the OBA case, fire rolls. Okay, if the final DR prior to any gun shield DRM results in a KIA versus the gun is considered to have taken a direct hit. But what determines? Oh, okay. If the final DR... Okay, so I can't final... Okay, that makes sense. So I can't... I would have to roll a 0 or a 1, which I can't do for... Unless I got like a critical, which would reverse the numbers. And if I got a KIA that way, the gun and the crew would die instantly. But since that's not the case... I didn't get a K result. So gun shield DRM never applied a direct hit. Cool, we're not worried about that now. Then it's IFT DR does not result in direct hit. Considered near miss and add the +2 DRM if applied to the same DR to determine the effect. Oh, okay, so you're using the same dice twice. Cool. So the 4 is the 6 against the crew. So, still an NMC against the crew, and 1 MC against the concealed guys. That's what I've been essentially doing wrong forever.
Oh, Jesus God.
What a
time.
about, I feel like they're exempt. I'm pretty sure they're exempt. I'm pretty sure this is something we looked last time, and they're exempt. Heated battle, unarmed cavalry PRC heroes crews, including both inherent and temporary crews. So, and the other guys broke. Cool. Those are 2 hits. Oh, that was multiple hits. I should have. Oh, never mind. That was multiple hit on the one that missed. So that's still act. So I will shoot again. 8, definitely a miss. They are no longer fireable. Well, not much else I can really do for those guys. So move in phase. The 126 crew will go to K10 for 2.
Okay.
I don't think the gun has LOS on them anymore. They will bypass K9 L9 for 3
Okay.
and go into L8 for 4.
All right.
Meanwhile, the conscripts will go to same hex, L8 for 1.
All right.
And M8 for 2.
Okay.
Conscripts in E4 will go to E3 for 1.
All right.
E2 for 2.
Uh-huh.
And then I think they have to stop since everything else is just too expensive.
That sounds about right to me.
B1 drops to, or unloads. So I guess technically that's 1 for the leaders movement.
Yep.
It goes into C1 for 2.
Okay.
D1 for 3.
Uh-huh.
And E2 for 4.
Sounds good.
C2 squad will go to D1 for 1.
Okay.
E1 for 3.
All right.
And then F0 for 4.
Okay.
C3 squad loses concealment, goes bypass C2 D2 for 1.
Okay.
Into D1 for 2.
Okay.
And E1 for 4.
All right.
Squad in B2 goes B1, C1, D0 for 3.
Okay.
And A3 does A2, B1, C1, D0 for 4.
All right.
I don't have any bonus otherwise. And there's literally no reason to do anything crazy. Cool. 1 unit off board on the northern edge. Comes on board GG1 for 1.
Okay.
F0 for 2.
All right.
Into bypass EE0, EE1 for, I think that's 4 now, because I think it's 2 to bypass.
Okay. Yep.
DD0 for 5.
I'm not sure if I have LOS on you or not. I'm not sure if there's enough hexes to block it.
Well, you should be able to get at least a free LOS check. Like, unless I've misunderstood LOS checks. See, this is what's weird about the mudflat stuff.
Yeah, so it's actually crossing like 4 hexes, I think.
Yeah, and because it's counting like the literal edge, I mean, if we're doing, I guess I was doing it for my shot with my gun, so
Yeah, so it's blocked.
all right,
Just so we're clear, I do have a room.
sure. Let me see here. I just want to make sure, because I know there's free LOS. Free. Let's see if I type free. Unless I'm thinking of for routes or something. LOS checks. I'll have to look it up later. That's annoying. They go to CC1 for 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Into BB8 for 7.
Uh-huh.
They will disembark. They will get down there. I will have another unit do the same thing. Yada. They disembark. I also have to be careful because I have to take off concealments. These guys can't be concealed anymore. And then I will have a third unit do exactly the same thing. Again, trying to be as careful as I can to not mess up concealment. Cool, I think that worked. Alright. Unit down here will move on board to GG7 for 1. Now there I feel like there's no way, like, because these can't be level 0. There's no way. So the only question is, I don't think you could see it because S5 would block line of sight. I'm not sure.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. So that was 1. They will go to FF6 for 2. Guess we'll go EE6 for 3. DD5 for 4. CC6 for 5. BB5 for 6. AA5 for 8.
And I'm pretty sure you're revealed there.
Yeah. If any shots?
No, go ahead.
9. 10 into Z3.
Okay.
11 into Y3.
Uh-huh.
And 12 into Y2.
Okay.
Next unit will do as accurate the second thing or a movement as him. Instead, they will gallop though. So 20 movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then disembark is still a quarter, or dismount is still a quarter?
Can you disembark if you gallop?
Pretty sure, yeah. I don't think I've ever heard gallop not letting you dismount, but increases allotment to 8, or by 8 to 20. Placing CX counter on horse. Galloping cavalry may not bypass or move into woods unless on a road. Abrupt elevation, some other stuff, but that's pretty much the only limitation. Unit loses 25, so still quarter. So that was 13. So they will dismount for 18. So I think they're quote unquote stuck there. I'm gonna have an. Oh, sorry. Did you say something?
I'm counting to myself 1 second.
Oh, gotcha.
All right, go ahead.
They will do the same move. This time, they get Y2 for 12, and then X1 for 13, and then dismount X1.
Before you dismount, I am going to fire at you there.
Okay.
These 2 units will fire.
Okay.
So the mudflat there is 1 hindrance.
Yeah, so mudflat is...
Cavalry, they're still cavalry technically because they haven't dismounted, so...
correct.
So now I thought they get like a +2, I think.
Cavalry is always subject to a -2 IFT DRM.
And I don't think they get the... I think that supersedes the open terrain bonus, correct?
You can't get... it's not cumulative with open ground or non-assault movement. You wouldn't get open ground anyways because the hindrance, but...
Yep, no. I'm for my own purposes, I'm ticking off. So it's going to be 3 at a -1, I believe.
So 3 down, 3 down 1, yeah. Because of the hindrance.
Dingle, they cower.
So they cower to 1. It's a K1.
K1.
K1, which, okay, how... We did this before, and I feel like I always forget. So, vehicle kill, the kill number is 3, so they are definitely killed, which means the guys have to bail out, correct?
I believe. Hold on 1 second.
If the final IFT DR equals the vehicle kill number, 1 horse counter, suffers casualty reduction, all others are unharmed. Does it say if...
The horses are not subject to the -2 DRM, so I don't think the horses are killed.
They're not subject to the -2 DRM, but that's for cavalry or FFMO. Okay, so the horses, right? Which means that
+1.
Right. So the horses are a +1, which means it's equal anyways. So horse counter is reduced, caused by the steam attack has been, after all. Okay, so
wait a minute. 1 counter is eliminated because we successfully got the vehicle number. Oh no, less than. I'm sorry. Never mind. Equal 1 horse counter is just.
Yeah. So essentially, the horses get casualty reduced is basically what it's saying. It also says that this is after reduction from the other stuff, so it's a K1, which means that automatically that occurs. Then they take 1 MC, so they pass that. The horse counter goes down to a 2 for being reduced, but I don't believe I need to do bailing out because there's now more horses. Like, the reduction happens afterwards, so I don't think they have to bail out. So I guess it's a blessing in disguise.
If a squad horse counter is reduced, randomly determine which half squad horse counter each SMC rider / support weapon was riding. So that doesn't matter. If the squad riding that horse counter is unaffected by the attack, immediately deploys.
Yeah, but since they were affected...
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah. So they'll disembark or dismount there.
Well, poo. And that leaves no residual.
Well, I mean, better than nothing.
Yeah.
You get a casualty reduction. It's still pretty good. Also, why I will always hate cavalry, because they're seems like they're too vulnerable.
Basically, you just have to have a lot of them, I think, because you're gonna take
Yeah,
heinous
but
losses.
I think the problem with this scenario pack with cavalry so far is that cavalry is all like it's always open ground, like super open ground. So it just makes it impossible to try and get anywhere. And you roll super low all the time on cavalry, which sucks.
Hey, we've discovered why it sucked in World War One.
Also, no sniper, which sucks. Um, this stack, since they should be pretty much safe, they'll all gallop, I guess, just for the extra points. They'll go to GG5 for 1, FF4 for 2, EE5 for 3, DD4 for 4, CC4 for 5, CC3 for 6, BB2 for 7, AA2 for 8. They will all dismount. 2, 3, 4. They will all go there. 6 on them. And I think that's also in the right order, which is cool. So it was 8, so 12. So it's 3 points. Yeah, so I can't do anything else. Yeah, you know what? It'll just... this last stack will go GG4 for 1, FF4 for 2, EE4 for 3, DD4 for 4, CC5 for 5, and then they will just stay put there. Lastly, one of my glorious Tachankas moves on board for 1.
All right.
AA9 for 2.
Okay. Still don't think I can see you.
I think here, maybe? I'm trying to think.
No, blocked by S5.
What's this guy for fun? Also, I'm really annoyed by how why does Vassal do that? This is why you should never market you should get an extra counter. Because I know which units is shock troop.
Yeah, I don't care. It's all right.
Oh,
I realized
okay.
it was going to be visible. Yeah, it's fine. No worries.
Okay. That's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, there should be a counter. Like I said, I went looking for one, but there isn't one, so, you know.
Well, that's why, like, if you're gonna make him berserk, you just put a berserk counter on him.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm really not bothered at all by the fact that you know.
Sorry,
Much
it's
worse
just
things in the past. Yeah, it's all right. I'm well aware that you can see that stuff. Yeah, it's fine.
I just think maybe I mean I guess if Q6, yeah. All right, well, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think it's probably going to be exposed there. I don't know. Let me see.
Well, I mean, at a certain point, it'll get revealed anyways.
Technically, no. It's still blocked at S5.
Well, I'll put concealment back on him later then. So 9, and then 10 there. And I'll just mark this concealment. Because it's not like you don't know it's a Tachanka.
Yeah, no, the color, if nothing else, that lovely aquamarine or teal or whatever the hell it is.
Then the other one will do mostly the same path. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10. That's a weird position for move to be on there, but all right. Lastly, I'm going to have, excuse me, one unit from L9 goes to M9 for 1. I don't think anybody has LOS on them.
No, I don't think so either.
And then N8 for 2.
Yep.
Then the other group in L9 goes to M9 for 1, and then into M8 for 2.
Okay.
And I think that's it. Defensive fire.
Here's a dumb question. So if you're going up 2 levels, it's going to be doubled twice, correct?
It's an abrupt height change. Let me see here.
I mean, it's not a cliff. I think that's actually got a separate marking, but it is a 2-level change.
So, an abrupt elevation change occurs when a unit enters 2 or more levels while crossing one non-cliff hex side. So, essentially, if I went from M8 to M7, cost 2. Excuse me. Each intermediate level, i.e., each level between the unit's initial and final levels ascended, cost 2 MF or 4 MP. So in this case, it'll be MF. Each intermediate level descended costs 1 MF. The last level entered costs both the normal terrain movement factors for being entered from a different level, plus any extra caused by artificial terrain in the hex. So if I wanted to go there, I think it's 6. Because it's normal terrain for being entered from a different level.
So okay, so it's 2 MF for, is it 2 MF for each elevation change, and then whatever the normal cost for the final elevation is?
Yes. So if you're going up 3 levels, it would be 4 for the top, because that's always, it's your or it's 1 doubled, so 2, then 2 for each intermediate. If there was, for whatever reason, woods, or if it was determined that there's crag or whatever, then the last level is doubled. It was 2 doubled, so it'd be 4, and then intermediate levels are 2 each, so it'd be 8, etc.
Yeah, so I guess I think that's only 4 because it's only 2 levels.
Correct. Yeah, because it's open ground. It's just 4.
It's not 6. It's 4 total.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking. I was still calculating woods for whatever reason.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. Good. Then I understood that. All right. So yeah, it's 4 movements. So. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Please continue.
It's a defensive fire.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I was taking a swig at the same time.
Units in J4 will unconceal and fire at D7. So going to be a 3 up 2, I believe. 3 up 3.
Should be up 3, yeah.
Yeah, nobody else quite yet. So, over to you.
All right. Advanced fire phase. It's sad. I don't think I have any way I can even do any shots. So, nothing. Route phase. I have no broken guys. Yet.
I believe that's everybody.
All right. Advanced phase. All right, let's try not to get too crazy. F0 to G1, E1 to F1, E2 to E1. The other units in D0 go to E1. Let's restack that. The crew in L8 goes to L7. Not much of a reason to do. K9 goes to L9. Half squad in X1 goes into the woods of W1. Y1 goes to X0. Y2. Oops. Oh, wait, they're not dismounted. Never mind. The units in the valley down here go to Z1. And the units in BB0 will go to AA1. Pretty sure that's it. Oh, Conscript Squad in M8 will go to N7. No CC. End of turn.
No other change?
Close. If only it was gusty. Or overcast.
I have one rally in K4.
Mm-hmm. Cool. He actually stays revealed, just in case.
Sorry, ignore that.
I wasn't looking. Legitimately, actually.
Alright, I think his support weapon is revealed as well. It's revealed, yeah.
If he's carrying a support weapon, yes. Otherwise...
Alright, so he is a commissar. We ignore the rally modifier, the DM. We do not get the +1.
Correct.
He's a white commissar. I think are worse at it than white commissars.
You'll get a +1 for woods, though. Or at least you should.
Yeah. And I believe that means we barely pass.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Yeah.
I
don't have any broken units or anything, do you? No.
No, and I lost my broken MMG, so...
Prep fire. Oh boy. Units in J1 will fire at G1.
Okay.
So 6 up 1.
Mm-hmm.
6 on 6 is 1 MC.
Breaks.
In L4 will fire at D7.
Okay.
So that looks like a +4 to me for hindrance and TEM.
It's a +5 because it's building, right?
Well, I'm seeing it's 2 for the building, right? And I'm seeing the LOS go over to.
But it's counting the edge of I6 as well.
You only count it once. You don't count both. We went through this. You
No,
count the
but
higher the hindrances.
But what I'm saying is it's counting K5, J5, and I6. Because like it bleeds slightly over and it goes, that's automatic. I mean, your gun wasn't even pointed that way anyway, so you'd be shooting at. Like, when did you change it?
I changed it in my last fire phase in your turn. I used the fire phase to shift CA,
Oh,
which I'm pretty sure is allowed.
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Sorry.
But it's, yeah, so it's a +5.
So I'm pretty sure that's a miss.
Yeah.
It's a 9. But I get my acquisition.
Mm-hmm.
And rate, so we're at +4 now.
Yep.
And nothing. P5 will fire at the conscripts.
Wow. How rude.
Yeah, I don't like conscripts. With leader directions, so it's going to be 4 down 1.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that's nothing. No, pin test.
PTC. And definitely pins. Thankfully, no booby traps.
So moving phase. R4 goes 1.
Okay.
2.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay.
Two for L1 to M1.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay.
Assault move to L4 for K4.
Okay.
This is an assault move.
Okay.
Sorry, it's actually 2. Defense fire.
Infantry gun shoots at L4 for the standard +2, need a 7 total. Just makes it 4. That's not a KIA, so the crew gets a +2, so it's 6 against the crew for normal morale and a 1 MC for the other guys. Jeez. We'll shoot again. That's a miss. Squad in F1 will shoot at J1. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 3 up 2. Or 3 up 1. 3 up 2. Nothing. I don't think I have any other shots. I will be cheeky and do a 1.5 versus P5 for 1.5 up 1. Thankfully, that missed. And no other shots.
Yeah, no advance fire. Routes.
Take those off. I think I'm the only one with them, so G1 goes to F1 and then E1.
Okay, yeah, I think that's it.
Oops.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to take that move back if that's all right with you.
Sure.
No close combat. Do you mind if I just take a quick bio break?
Oh yeah, sure. This is where I asked the chat if they have any ideas on what my brilliant strategy should be. Alright, let's take that off. Alright, chat, I need all of the cheats and tricks. Also, I didn't change the part. God darn it. It's obviously part 1. How did I change that? This one's gonna be real tough. I don't really know, like... I think I just have to cause chaos with the Tachanka. Keep the infantry gun occupied. Because if it doesn't win against my infantry gun, then I'm fine. Because they'll just keep exchanging shots. And they'll be relatively safe against anything they could try to do. And if I can at least get like a Tachanka in, say, like S5, I can have them stare directly at these guys, which probably isn't a good idea considering they've got a DC. But I can still roll them up to 2, for example, and just start blinking there. Or, I mean, hell, X4 is pointed the right way to move out, and I don't know, try to go around, I guess. I guess in a way I probably should have had the Tachankas in the middle. Starting like Q9 or whatever, or Q10, just go through there. It'd be an even bigger nuisance, but I don't know. These lines of sights are just kind of garbage. I'm actually really not liking this this map, and I don't think Mudflaps is explained really well for the errata. Yeah, that's something I need to do. I need to add a technical difficulty sign or something. Right, that can go there. So only got 3 turns of movement, which, man, I don't know. does not seem all that great. Like, at least I can send... I'll be able to send one group, essentially, here, and then down into this valley. And I can have them go to R4. And at least by getting to R4, I save myself some trouble. My problem is that's 2... unless there's bypass movement? No. Oh, I could bypass 1, 2... no, I don't think I can actually bypass that way. I think it'd be 3 anyways. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Advance. Gonna take an extra turn to get in there. Or just bomb rush everything. I don't know. This unit can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, rotate 6, up to R2 for 8.
Apologies, I'm back.
Yeah, no worries. Alright, so weather, no change. Rally phase, I have 1 broken guy over in E1. Commissar will attempt to rally. I get the +1 broken morale, and I get the +1 for woods. And thankfully, I have both. Because otherwise, they would have been screwed. That place is overstacked, which sucks. Gotta keep that in mind. Nothing else for me in rally. I don't know about you.
I don't think I have anything to rally. No.
Okay. Prep fire. Infantry gun will continue. It's a +2, 7, so it's barely a hit, but I'll take it. No effect. I had rate of fire, so I will continue shooting. That's a miss and no rate. I'll take a 3-up-1 shot against the Berserk and Leader. That's nothing. Well, I think that's it. Movement phase. The 1, 2, 6, and L7 will go to the M7 peak for 4.
All right, the unit in L4 will fire at them.
Okay.
So I think it's going to be, what, 3 down 1 or down 2?
Down 1, because I'll get height advantage.
All right, yes.
Actually, I think that... Let me double check. It might flatten it to 3. Because I forget if height advantage blocks movement open ground. Unit eligible for +1 is not subject to movement open ground. Yeah, so it's just a flat 3. Six on 3.
6 on 3 is a contest check. Contest check.
Fails.
That's going to be what, 1 residual?
Yes. W1 goes to V1 Woods for 2.
Okay.
U2 Woods for 4.
Okay.
XO goes to W1 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then V0 for 4.
Okay.
Y2 will declare Gala. Go into X1 for 1.
Uh-huh.
W2 for 2. V2 for 3. U3 for 4. U4 for 5. T4 for 6.
Okay.
That's neither are good spots. S4 for 7.
Okay.
Disembark for what is it? 11 or something.
Yeah.
So they've got 1 movement left, so they'll have to stay there.
Okay.
Concealed stack Z1 will go to Y1 for 1.
Okay.
X1 for 2.
All right.
W1 for 3, staying on road.
Okay.
And V1 for 4, staying on road.
Okay.
Oh, this is cool. Tachanka in W5 goes to V4 for 1.
All right.
U5 for 2.
Okay.
T4 for 3.
Uh-huh.
S4 for 4.
Okay.
R3 for 5.
Okay. I can't see you yet, so.
Yeah. Rotates 1 for 6.
Uh-huh.
Into R2 for 8.
Oh, you're very definitely visible there. The conscripts will open up on you in a blaze of fury.
All right.
So that's going to be 12.
I believe so, yeah.
Is the Chonka considered a vehicle?
It's counted as a wagon or whatever. It's the vehicle kill number.
So that's an 8 or less with 12 firepower. If I'm reading that correctly.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Do we get any bonuses?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. I feel like we did this last time, and I still wasn't 100% sure.
I don't remember. I purge my brain of everything related to Chonkas every time we finish this.
I know. It's like I have to find a desk to slam my head into it to remember. I know it's maybe it's no, it's not cavalry. It's somewhere else. Where was wagons? D12, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure they don't get it, because I don't remember us ever counting it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're considered a vehicle for that purpose.
A single wagon has an average target size. Whatever. And then we have to go into special notes too, which is Allied Minor Vehicle. Tachanka. Tachanka is treated as a small target, which I don't think applies for anything. So yeah, I think it's just straight up 12. Because the small target size would just all right. Small target size would apply for other stuff.
All right.
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Rotates 1 for 9, and 2 for 10.
All right.
I think that's the only good option I have. Otherwise, 1, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. Other Tachanka rotates 3 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 into Q4.
Pretty sure you get revealed there?
Yeah. Well, definitely from O3 anyways. So. Stack in AA1 will declare CX. Oops. They will go to Z1 for 2, Y2 for 3, X1 for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doable, I guess. Mud flats is just 2. So, is there any bonuses? I don't think there's any bonuses for it, which sucks. Alright. Conscript squad. And leader go to F0 for 1.
Okay.
G1 for 3.
Okay.
And H0 for 5.
We'll fire on them there.
Okay.
So 6 up 1, I believe.
6 flat. Non-assault plus 1.
Because your 9 on 6 is nothing yet.
Yeah. All right. God, all my options suck. F1 goes to G2 for 2.
Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
Is that going to be +2?
Overall, yes. Assuming that it's not going to count the tiniest bit of hill or level 0 as like blocking LS. Which, actually, no, wait, it shouldn't. Never mind. So yeah, it should just be a +2. If you're shooting from K4 anyways.
Yeah, K4 is going to fire at you.
Okay.
Yeah, so +2 there. Leader will direct, just for fun.
Okay.
I'll take it. 5 on 6. So 1 MC.
Every time. Every goddamn time. I can't pass a fucking morale check. 1 unit E1 goes to F0 for 1. G1 for 3.
Okay.
And then H1 for 4.
Because sure, why not? These guys will conceal and fire at you. So 6 down 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be a 6 on 2.
And a
Or
break.
6 on 6. Yeah, one MC.
One other squad, E1 goes to F0 for 1, G1 for 3.
Okay.
And then last squad goes E1 to F1, and then G1 for 4.
Okay.
N8 goes to N7 for 2. Normal move.
Yeah, I was going to say they should be revealed. Okay.
3.
The unit in P5 will fire at them.
Okay.
Leader directed, so it's going to be 4 down 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 3, I think. 6, yeah.
Breaks.
Should residual go on top or bottom? Just out of curiosity.
I don't think it matters really.
All right. Do you have a preference?
I typically put them underneath, just so it's a little less confusing. Like once you start moving units onto it, it's not an issue. stack an M8 moves to L7 for 1.
Okay.
Into L6 for 3.
Okay, that's not showing me anything. It's showing me a leader, an LMG, and a concealment counter.
Sorry, I can still mark this consumed.
Ah, there we go. Well, the stack will open up on you.
Okay.
So that is going to be 4, 6, 9.
Yep.
And I think it's down 2, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 3.
I really wish you'd start rolling fucking 12s and shit when I need them.
K3.
Yeah, so random selection. Squad becomes half squad. And the 1 break and 1 pin. Fuck is going on? Excuse me. That is a... Stack and CC5 declares Gallop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14.
I think you're visible, I was going to say, yeah. Yay, cavalry charges. Well, for this special occasion, then, just for a giggle, we'll unhip the infantry gun. Crash shift it. Because sure, why not? That's too juicy a target to resist. Change 1 hex side, so that's going to be a +3. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's going to be a +6. So yeah, there's no point. But I gotta fire anyway.
And then they all dismount. That's 19 total.
All right.
I think that's it for moves. Defensive fire.
Well, that was quite the push. The CX unit in 03 will fire at the Tsonka.
Okay.
Pretty sure that's a miss.
Yeah.
Concealment is for cowards. So all of the units in P2 will open up on the Tsonka that's right there in R2.
Okay, so 10.
Leader, yes, 10, leader directed. Down 1, I need an 8 or less, or 7 or less technically.
Yeah.
Of course, and a break machine gun. The conscripts will freak the hell out and try firing. So that's going to be a 6, which is 6 or less. Yes! Ha-ha! So I believe that's a hit on that Tsonka.
And what are we looking at here? So it is Allied Miner. Shotgun, got him. Okay. Fire attacks. Versus unarmored vehicles. Vehicle, if it equals the kill number of the vehicles immobilized. Alright, they're immobilized.
So
might
I
be
think
more.
it's a fine place for them to be immobilized, right?
They're basically just gonna park there anyways.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured.
I mean, they're way vulnerable to CC now, which sucks. But
yeah, well, all right. Maybe my conscripts will get in some wave attacks. I think that's it for defensive fire.
Right.
Oops, sorry.
No, that's fine. Advancing fire. The stack in S6 will shoot at P5. So we're looking at 12 halved 6 plus 2, I think. Plus 2. Well, I got a -1 leader is why. So 6 up 2. Nothing. Fire group over here, G1 and H0. It's going to be a 4.5 leader directed to J1. So 7 on 4.5. PTC. Sure.
Can I get rid of defensive fires?
Oh yeah. There. So I think because my... Was it just that I just get a straight attack with the Tachanka? I don't think I do a two-hit, yeah? Because it's a...
Yeah, it's an AA machine gun, so I think
Yeah.
it's just a straight, what, 4 firepower?
Alright, so 4 firepower to P2, so 4 up 2. Nothing. No rate. One firepower from U2 to R1. Nope. And I don't think I have anything else. So, routes. N6 can technically see N10. So that's his nearest allowable destination. He has to go through open ground, so he takes interdiction in N7. So it's a route 6. He passes. I don't know why that voice like that. Gets here. I don't think he can choose any other spot, so he just goes to N10. L6 can see L9. So we'll go there. So 1, 2, 6. Pretty sure that's right. H1 will go to H0. G2 will go to... Oh, you know what? Sorry. Yeah. So they will both go into G1. They're overstacked now, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, alright. I don't think I have any routes on my side.
No, that's it. Advance phase. I don't think anybody can see U4. We'll go to T4. The unit in S4 will go to R4. Unit in N7 goes to O7. U2 goes to T2. Stack in V1 goes to U2. V0 goes to U1. Stack in S6 goes to R6. The conscripts in H0 go to I1. 2 squads in G1 go to H0, and Commissar goes back. I don't think I have anybody else. Oh. No CC. Your turn 3.
Mind if we call it there?
Yeah, sure.
No other change.
I'm having a hard time figuring out some of these scenarios, I tell you. It always seems like I don't know what your necessarily what your opinion on the entire pack has been, but I feel like when it gets to scenarios like this, the one where I was attacking, um, as the Japanese and you were in the town, I feel like this pack throws scenarios that are like I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do this. Start turn 3. White Russians. Weather check. Like you come in on such a weird angle with the only guys you can exit, and I have no advantage for men or material. Oh, and I think I forgot my option. Yeah, I absolutely forgot my option. That sucks.
Oh, you didn't pick your option unit for 450?
No, I forgot. I was
Oh,
doing the setup, and
because
I guess I just like I looked at it and I was like, oh yeah, I gotta choose that, and then started looking at my reinforcements. I think it's not the end of the world, really. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out like 5.5 turns. I don't know. I think it's so strict. It's very weird.
yeah, I think, to be honest, I think for this scenario, it's going to be the next couple turns. Like by the end
I,
of turn 4, I think we'll have a pretty good shot one way or the other.
yeah, I think end of turn 4 is most likely the end of it. I just think it's like, I mean, in particular, it's frustrating that whenever I attack, I roll high. In general, my infantry gun has at least gotten something, so I'm not gonna complain about that. But like, eh, I don't know, with all of the open ground, it always feels like you roll really low when you have minus twos and threes, which like whatever, but combine it with not being able to make morale checks when I need them. It's just
Yeah, it's rough. I feel you. I'm not.
it's just I'm trying to think like I'm trying to think what the design choice is because it's like
You know what I think the design choice is? The design choice is to attempt to recreate the historical battle reasonably closely.
I don't even know about that. Like I don't know. It's just a weird decision to put um, near parity forces when one of them has to essentially run through you, having no cover, no advantage to speed. Um, like it's not like my wagons are any. Uh, I wouldn't be able to run them through a blockade type idea, right? Um,
Yeah, I mean, the historical scenario is basically the cavalry charges in and like starts cutting up the White Russians, and while the White Russians are distracted with that, your other guys sneak through like at the end. So
I just
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you're actually doing kind of what you're supposed to be doing, which is like with that elite that crew you just dumped off in R6, or S6, that squad. Like I think that's kind of what they did. They just ran up and dropped off and damn the losses. Like they basically apparently that whole unit, so all of your reinforcements for turn 2 just got wiped out historically, more or less.
yeah, but you know what I mean. Like when if I'm against near like if you have 11 squads and I have 11 squads and with the line of sight being absolute garbage until it's the block you're in now, like I can't do anything with the cavalry because I mean we've seen like cavalry is just garbage. You when you have an automatic -2, like it's
Well, I mean that's the thing. You just gotta like I can't really see down into most of the valley, right? Like over on this side, over there, it's a bit better just because I've got some line of sight kind of going in there. But
yeah, but I guess my point is just that like sure on this side there's no it's harder to see there assuming that we're playing mud flats correctly, but the problem is that like my initial guys start on that side too, so
well, that's what I'm saying. So if you're down in the valley, like if you're down, if you would set up maybe down in this valley down here, and I don't know, how many squads can the wagons carry? One per wagon.
1.5, yeah.
So you get a couple squads in there. I don't know. I mean, you run them up the valley basically. You take advantage of the cover there. You don't pop up into level 0 unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah,
The
but
cavalry comes screaming out of the right side or even from the south, and you just try and get them in. Like we don't care about them. They don't have to exit, right? So you don't lose any victory points for getting them killed. So you just want to have them on top of me as soon as possible. They're Mongolians, aren't they?
nope, Bolsheviks.
All
So I
right. Well,
don't.
well, okay, that's right, because I've got the Mongolians. Anyway, but I guess what I'm saying is, I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to think. Kind of historically, they would have had those guys just scream up as close as they could, and then kind of pop over the edge of the valley, I guess, and be on top of me. So you're looking at a lot of melees, maybe a lot of point blank fire. Like, yeah, you're going to lose a lot of these troops, but you don't care because they don't. You don't need to get them off anywhere. You just got to use them to kill and occupy as much of my guys as possible.
Yeah, but
Um,
the problem is that with the -2, if I don't kill anybody, which I haven't, I've broken 2 squads maybe. I'm not getting anything, right?
Well,
So
that's what I'm saying. The cavalry is fast, so you can come in from the edge and be like in the middle of the board in like one turn. Like they gallop, they could be right in the middle, and all of a sudden I've got 12 squads that I got to deal with. Like your reinforcements are the equal to my forces, basically.
yeah,
Um,
but I don't really. It's like I don't. I just don't think it really lends itself too well to it. Like you could just emplace a gun, in a if you just need to be 4 hexes from N3, like you can still set up in J5. And just be like, all right, well, you're in the open. Just blast away.
yeah, but see, that's the problem. Is you can see that I have a guy there, and so
I mean, not if he's hit.
can you place in mud flats or marsh?
Probably not. Maybe not. But I don't know. I just looking
Yeah,
at
I'm
the
not saying
scenario.
hey, it's a rough scenario. I mean, I got to be honest. I was kind of looking at it, going, well, okay, I don't really have a hell of a lot to do here. Like, there's nothing I got to protect really geographically beyond that exit zone, and the guys that are coming in as reinforcements don't count. So, like,
Yeah.
that's kind of the thing. Like, since I know that those guys don't count, I can kind of wait the other way.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I don't know. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what the designers want.
My guess is they're looking to just kind of do they're looking at the historical situation and that's it. Like they're not actually attempting to make a balanced scenario, if that makes sense.
Right.
They're trying to make a historical scenario.
Right. Well, hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, get these done soon. I think as we've progressed, there's been less playtesting.
Yeah, I mean that
So
doesn't
maybe.
surprise me at all. I mean, if they're going to get fatigued, what if it's like 20 of these things or something?
Yeah. We're 90% done. We're there. We're there.
Yeah, got a light, which means we're going to spray this module with lighter fluid.
That's right.
Sacrifice it to the gods, right?
There's no resale value because they've all been destroyed.
Yeah. All right, I will see you on Friday, barring
Yeah.
extenuating circumstances, and we
Sounds
will
good.
pick this up from there. I think we should be able to finish it Friday, one way or the other.
Oh yeah. This one will be done Friday for sure. And then God of Light, I feel like is gonna be someone's gonna win that really quickly, judging by the forces.
Oh yeah, I mean, you want to talk force
Yeah, I know. Like
disparity there, right?
there's 15 to what's it 3.5, 7, 9 or 11. So 15 to 9 or 15 to 11 squads. I mean, at least the defender gets an infantry gun.
And it's a night scenario, so it's like extra bullshitty.
Hey, you can pick extra star shots,
I can almost guarantee you that would be my choice.
assuming you're the defender.
Yes, that would be I don't know. I mean, it is a very tight map, though, so you know.
Yeah. I mean, at least it'll be nice to revisit Night after uh, 20 scenarios or so. A long time ago.
Yep, and we can be reminded of why it doesn't come up very often. Nah, it should be a little bit. I think it's a little. I think the restrictions are a little less than they were on the hapless
Yeah,
Mongolians.
yeah.
I think.
And it's pure Night. I think the only, just like looking at it real quick, there's something about star shells which could be maybe problematic. I don't know.
Well,
White Russians may successfully
you only get
place.
one, unless you pick that option. So at most, 2 star shells can be fired. Thankfully, the White Russians have freedom of movement, so
Oh,
that's a
that's
little bit
even
better.
easier.
I'm I'm a little confused by the verbiage. Like, why are they emphasizing solely at the start of White Russian Turn 2 in SSR 5? Like, I don't know when else you might choose it. I guess maybe not at the beginning.
Well, sometimes you mentally choose it. There's a lot of scenarios where you might pick the option and tell your opponent early, but the entire point is to keep that hidden so that it affects like their play basically. So you have the like I could understand a player being way more aggressive if they think that if they knew that your reinforcements that you might desperately need are only coming in on turn 4 rather than getting half as many on turn 2.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's true.
But yeah, we'll get there. We're almost there. And then we can start doing some dispatches from the bunker, which should be pretty good. So got a pretty storied history to that group, so
Yep, sounds good. I guess the drinking Frenchman is the LFT
oh
mascot.
yeah, yeah. They're obviously due to the name, they are French.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll clean this one up and have some discussion on it and see where we go.
Sounds good.
All right, man. Have a good night. I'll
Yeah.
talk to you on Friday.
See you then. And as always, thanks for watching. Hopefully my griping has not been too much as we go further and further into the end of this scenario pack. I also hope I'm not, the LFT's got some. I don't want to say better, but maybe more appealing products later on. Um, this probably just isn't. This isn't truly indicative of what they do, especially since it's World War One or World War One adjacent, which I mean is hard to do with ASL rules. So um, hopefully we'll be done sooner rather than later, and then we can move on to Chinese Civil War stuff and Sino-Japanese War stuff. So should be very interesting as we move into it. So until then, see you.